Hello, how you doing? Damn. You know, like, my most outstanding characteristic is that I love everybody, that I love you. And guess what? Guess who knows that I love you? You do, because you've talked to me before and you know there's something different about me. But the truth is, holy shit, I hate that I have to play the role of the teacher. That's why I don't like it. I don't like the attention. But because I love you guys, that's why I do it, okay? So the thing is that, like, when I listen to other mystics and other, like, people like me that have founded religions and things like that, we are annoying to listen to, because it's like we spit out all this vocabulary and you're just like, it's just like a bunch of words. It's like, I was once that person. These words were once words that I didn't know what they meant either. The only reason I know what they mean is because I spent thousands and thousands of hours meditating and praying and reading books. And at this point, you wouldn't be able to read all the books I've read and talk with all the thousands of people I've talked with and had all the experiences I've had unless you dedicate your life to it. And that's why we have spiritual gurus and people like me that have founded religions and stuff, because no one else has time to do it. Do you have time to do it? Are you going to dedicate your whole freaking every second of the rest of your life to be able to do this? I don't recommend it. It's not fun. It's not fun. There's none. The only good that comes out of it from you personally is that you find answers to your questions. You find solutions to your problems, and that is a wonderful thing. It's awesome. I am so happy. Even when I'm not happy, I'm just so happy because of this. It's so awesome. But the thing is that I don't know why it all of a sudden sounds like there's this machine gun. Isn't that weird? There's like nothing here. Anyway, so the thing is right now what I'm trying to accomplish is I'm trying to help you know how to do it. Because when I listen to other Kabbalists, people into the Kabbalah, it's just a bunch of words, and you're oh my gosh, all these Hebrew words. God, would you guys quit doing that? I don't know how to speak Hebrew, And the thing you don't understand is that we do that because, what if you were to take us serious? Sometimes I'll just say a word, and I'll put a word in a sentence that I'll say, and it'll seem like I'm maybe doing it maybe to show off or something. Just look at this word I know that you don't know, but really, the reason I put that there is because what if you were to read the Bible? What if you were to meditate and pray? What if you were to actually take these things serious? Then the thing that I'm saying, I've already done it before. I've already done the work before, so I know that eventually you're going to get to the certain part in the Bible, and you're going to have problems. So I'm putting that word in that particular place in that particular sentence, so that when you arrive to that moment, that it'll make sense to you then, So, and it's because it's such an impossible thing that I'm even trying to do, Because really, in the end, you have to do the work. I can't, I'm trying to spoon feed it to you, and I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. Mostly from the perspective of, if I could go back in time before I first started this spiritual journey, what could I tell myself, and what could I do for myself, and what could I give myself to help myself more, so I didn't have to take so long. It took me more than a full decade of praying and studying and reading all day long, every day. It's just it took a tremendous amount of effort to get where I am. And I would love to help, anybody, myself or anybody that might also be trying to find real answers to real questions in a non-egotistical way. Ego will ruin it. Ego will you can't do it if you have ego, because then you're you're doing it because you're trying to show off, or because you're trying to feel smart, or because you're trying to fit in, or you're trying to earn respect, or you're doing it for ego reasons, you know. But if you can strip your ego, and you can look at my my chapter in my book, the Dragonfly Sutra, about meditation, or I even have a whole playlist and some videos on how to meditate and transcend your ego. You can do. That's important. That's the most important part, because it's pointless if you're carrying a bunch of ego with you. You're not going to be able to do it, and that's also a big clue why it's so hard to understand the things I'm saying. Because right now you probably do have tremendous amounts of baggage, tons of ego that you're trying to bring along with you, and you can't. It's not going to work, you know. So no wonder you don't know what those words mean, you know. So like another tip I could give you is like with the Kabbalah, like light, like what does light mean in the world of for mystics, you know, in the world of mysticism, what does light mean, and what does dark mean? That can be a big one, because when you get towards the top of the tree, at the top of the Sephirot, it's described as light, and its corresponding color is white, and then gray, and then black, and then you don't even get into interesting colors till you've crossed the abyss. And so like the thing is like light represents purity, but the reason it represents purity, and the reason it doesn't have any colors, is because, you know, of course black is all the colors and white is none of the colors. It's because it's the purity of the concept, you know. So you're going back to like the thought, you know, like the original thought that created that, you know. You walk down the street, you said, I want to invent, I'm tired of walking, before cars were invented. I'm tired of walking everywhere. I want to invent a car, you know, but cars don't exist yet. I want to invent something and I'll call it a car, you know. So the purity of the moment is that moment. That's the purity of the moment. And it's, you know, the car's not made yet. So to get the car made, you're going to have to get unpure. You know, you're going to have to go through the steps of creation in the world of Absolute to bring it into the world of Braya and Malkut, manifest form, and all that, you know. See right there, I say those words so that you'll know how to tie it in with the Kabbalah and with the Sephirot. You know, you're going to have to take it down that thing, but then the thing with the Kabbalah is it's broken down into a system so that once you create the car, you don't think that the car is the purity, you know, that you remember the process that it went through to get there, and that it had a point in time that still exists, that's the purity. Because maybe after the car's been invented for a while, maybe you'll realize that the car sucks. You're like, oh, holy crap, I need a new source of energy, or I need, you know, the steering's too hard to do. Maybe power steering hasn't been invented yet, or, you know, who knows what, you know. So you might have to go back to the purity of the concept. Let's see, so I was walking down the sidewalk and I wanted to invent a vehicle that can drive me around so I don't have to walk everywhere, you know. So so now you go back to the purity of that moment, and you start over again, and you go back through it to see if you can figure out, you know, where you might go a different place to get a different result, you know. So see, that's what the Kabbalah is. So like how they say things like if you listen to that again in the light, you know, they say that they use symbols like words, like we use words. Words are symbols anyway, but you have to understand what the word means for that symbol to be useful, you know. So just like things like that, you know, that's a good start right there, you know. Just you can see how it's just it's pretty hard to explain, but I'm just mostly what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to say, look, you know, kind of like a disclaimer, you know, I'm just a person like you, you know, but at the same time, you need me, you know? So that's why there are people like me.